What's up, everybody? This is my first screen recording video that I have ever done. I just got the stuff set up and I want to test it out. And there's a very special video I want to watch. So I see a lot of people doing the Internet Historian, his channel. But him and his other people, they have several other channels that I've seen that seem to be pretty good. And they always have, like that internet meme face guy. They always have with the gray hair that's always looking like he's doing something you don't want to do.
Am I good with a weapon? Yes. Am I carrying weapons on me? Always.
Oh, well.
At sunset,
The stock photo's still on it.
Check out this weapon I just made.
I don't even care if it's stock videos.
Predator missiles. They're working in league with the torpedoes. Tactical
Torpedoes.
airstrikes. What's air supposed to do? This
Shit.
and more on this episode of In the Battlefield. Get it? Sorry if I sound weird. It's because I went to the Asian supermarket today because we bought some AstroTurf.
Fake grass.
Yeah, I didn't want to take care of it, so we AstroTurfed some of the backyard, right? It looks like shit. Anyway, the neighbor's cat has started shitting on the AstroTurf. What am I going to... I can't just kill the neighbor's cat. I don't think I can get away with that. I didn't want to get into it with the neighbor's cat. Excuse me? Do you know you've got a cat and it shits on... Like,
you can't police a cat in the same way that you can a dog.
That's right.
The cats are a law unto themselves.
So I went to the Chinese supermarket, right? Because obviously the thing to do is to buy about 3 liters of chili oil and then fill a weed sprayer with it and then just start spraying the whole garden in chili oil to the point where it just kind of turns red and then it starts trying to take a shit and then it goes, oh god.
It turns the grass red or it turns the shit red and you're hoping that it's going to like scare the cat.
I didn't realize that all these are stock images.
The grass is looking a lot redder than it
I
usually
usually
does.
watch it on a small phone.
So you've essentially just dyed fake grass.
It's better.
Yeah, pretty much. And, the whole place reeks of chili oil.
Uh,
But that shit's there anyway. Then, boy, is he going to have won this war.
He's always
Did
got
you
some
not
funny
just let
stuff.
the shit and continue and
No, it's now a
I don't know why
outrageous
this is
amount of
called
shit.
weapons.
He's taking like
Find
3
out.
shits a day.
33
Like,
minutes.
He doesn't even keep it to the sort of back of the property where you wouldn't notice it. It's like right on the front. That's the first thing a guest would see. And then we've got a cat. And so people think, oh, you guys are just fucking dirty. Why don't you clean up after yourself? No, you don't. Yeah, so anyway, that's the reason.
I hate to even talk during their videos.
They're
They're so
while
good.
I was there was some sour candy. Ooh, that's the full story of why I'm eating
Super
sour
lemon.
candy.
Gay bomb.
So you've seen the gay bomb, right?
I've heard of it. I'm fascinated by it naturally because it was theoretical, right?
Yes.
I love that Simon Fisher has put a rainbow.
I think
gay
the
bomb.
chief idea behind it was, okay, you make your enemy uninhibited and extremely aroused, and then they are more likely in a non-combat situation to start doing it with each other. It wouldn't work in a fight. No one's going to go, oh, I'm just too
Weird,
funny
so-
to fight, and they just start running at their own men. And they go,
Giving them
"Okay."
ecstasy.
But maybe it's a
or something.
permanent change. You
Alex
put your-
Jones says something in the water that's turning the freaking frogs gay.
Sorry, honey. I've got to be my true self now.
This might
And I
be
looked it up and it
backfire,
seemed very
because it
plausible,
might make
actually.
the
I
opposing
thought it
armies,
sounded
like,
crazy,
even
but
more bonded with
apparently
one another.
there is something
Like,
that's kind of turning the frogs gay, a chemical.
He's great. I love him. I'm just thinking now of this like super elite gay army.
It's just you, skin on skin, stripped to the waist.
That are just so loyal to one another that they are unstoppable.
Just like rolling in rainbow camouflage. Everybody's just like super afraid.
What about guns? Have you ever fired a gun?
Yeah, only a rifle. Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
When I was in America, I made a beeline for the gun range.
Yeah.
America.
Full hog. I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really make me like a man.
People do say that though, a bit dismissively, but there must be
It's
something.
crazy
that's
people
really
can't do that
instinctual
in other
about
countries.
Holding a weapon, you'll sort of notice it when if you go for a hike and you pick up a stick that just feels really well weighted to hold, and you could use it like a weapon. I do find myself like naturally carrying that around and just sort of feeling good about it.
Yeah, it's the ultimate tool.
Yeah, I think there's something about that. In the past, the ones that pick up a pretty good stick and just walk around with it survive a lot more.
Absolutely.
It's so loud though.
Oh god,
I can't stand how loud they are. Oh, silencers are banned in most states, I think. And it seems to me like the reason that legislation has come into play is because everybody watches the movies.
You got to get a special
A
like
gun
tax stamp
with a
or something
silencer
to
on it
get
sounds like
one.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's in Hitman, but it's actually just there so you don't go fucking deaf.
Yeah.
It's still really
Yeah, it's still loud. Still very loud.
I suppose you wouldn't be able to recognize that sound so regularly.
No. Can you silence a shotgun? Oh, you can. Actually, adds a degree of style to it. The silencer is a bit like adding a mustache to a gun.
Yeah, it does make it look a lot cooler. You got to admit that much. Like that
definitely.
lame.
Oh.
Hey, that's like, immediately cool. Dun, dun, like I even think he becomes more handsome
Yeah,
between shots.
Play it again. I'm going to close my eyes and just. This is welcome to America's favorite game show. Silenced or unsilenced? Alright. Well, I was definitely silenced. Oh, it sounded like no, but I couldn't really tell.
Okay, how about this one?
That is definitely not silenced. That is full hog.
Interesting.
Silenced.
Okay, all 4 of those were silenced.
Ah, you tricked me.
I did.
You correctly guessed that it was behind a pillow.
That's a bloody good one, isn't it? Because that wouldn't silence anything. I mean, it might make it quieter for the person who's getting shot. Why the hell else would that work?
I'm just going to put the pillow on so it doesn't hurt your ears.
Thank you. Pillow silencer.
120.7.
I like the idea that off screen it's just like someone tied to a chair.
Yes.
For now, we'll use the pillow. All right, Jerry.
Jerry? That's how he's got tied.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Yeah.
But it only went up to 102 decibels. 120.7.
CNN goes fully semi-auto.
This is the AR-15. Right. A lot of people will buy this just because it's cool.
Why else would you buy a gun?
Is it illegal to look cool now? Is that what they're saying?
I'm sorry, I really dislike the sort of
Definitely not
moralistic
illegal
tone
to
there.
look
It's like,
cool.
Some people just buy this gun to be cool. Yeah, of course.
Isn't that the reason for half the things?
I think
we do?
every
You buy a
American
slightly nicer car
has to start off with an AR
way.
Did you just get that
when they're
haircut?
like 16. Like you get a car and an AR.
Defining characteristic of the AR-15 is the
Not
speed
Southern.
and power of the bullet.
Unless you get a car and an AR for
Feature of a
Christmas.
bullet, but they go fast and are powerful.
Yeah, well, it's no good if it bounces right off. I do like.
If a child can have a phone, I should be able to have an AR.
It looks like a classic, like GoldenEye N64 bullet hole as well. It's classic.
If you fire too many and these ones start disappearing. Alright, ordinary things. Let's do gun lessons from people who also don't know much about guns, but I know a little bit. Do you know what the difference is between automatic, semi-automatic, pump action?
Pump action is the
Oh,
one
Lord.
where you've got to sort of like jerk the gun off before it'll fire again. And semi-automatic's more like do-do, do-do, do-do.
Yeah, one trigger pull, one bullet.
An automatic is like
Yeah, you hold it down and it goes all over the place.
If I wanted to fire this on full semi-automatic, all I do is keep firing. Now, I will probably...
What does that mean? Quick translate that.
How do they both look like Tim Cook? He looks like Tim Cook and Mike Pence had a baby.
That's sweet. I don't like the way I can see the outline of his nipples through his shirt.
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
feel like for the news, just wear.
By Nike.
Do you find it erotic? Can you not focus?
Yeah.
What I find distracting is that one seems much lower than the other.
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's a weapon
guess
designed
he's
to inflict
not wearing the Nike.
maximum damage.
It's a weapon.
It's a gun.
And not enough people are using Nord. So much of their private data is out in the open.
Is it now?
Why Nord back?
They'll even watch the commercials. Their commercials are good.
I call the police.
What is he supposed to be?
He's not buying that for his dog.
COVID.
Wrong building. Chinese pie.
Yeah, I'm just tired of being.
Do you find some cream for that rash, Sarah?
Yeah. There's somebody just looking up everyone's history, just screwing everything up for everyone.
Up and away. Looks like
Oh.
I'm too late to save you hundreds of dollars with region-specific pricing on funerals.
By switching to Geico.
Why?
I could have let you expose my secret. That I actually enjoy playing Field of Tanks Mobile.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Just use Nord, nobody would have known.
Will Nord survive? Will the sponsorship contract be renewed? Find out next time on So you get a huge deal of 2-year plan plus 4 free extra months. Yay! Nord.com/incognito.
Incognito.
When I was a kid, there was this brand of sour candy called Toxic Waste. Do you get that in Australia?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Came in the little tub. I love that stuff.
Oh, man. I've been addicted to sour candy since I can remember. And of course, you know, the more that you're told that you're not allowed something, the more alluring it becomes. I was about 5, 6. I'd sneak some change from the kitchen counter. I would take a bit of a side route on the way home and go to the old dairy. And sometimes they would have this sour candy. And it was 5 cents a piece. And I would go in there and I'd buy like $1 worth. I'd scoff it all down the way home. One day, I got like $5 worth of coins. They gave you like 50 pieces. And
It's rich.
50 pieces is way too many to finish by the time you get home. So I had like half a bag full. I'm going to have to hide this somehow. I'll just hide it under my shirt. And I walked into the house thinking no one's going to be the wiser. And my sister, the first thing she saw, she's like, "What's under your shirt?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And I go running to my room. And maybe with my mom and my dad, I don't know, they come running up. They go, "What is that? What do you got? What do you got?" I then like ran out and then I just ran to the neighbors. It was like being caught with drugs. And I knew this neighbor kid and I was like, "You gotta take this, you gotta take it." And he takes it and he hides it under the cushion and the couch in the lounge. And then I walk out the door of the neighbor's place. Nothing. It wasn't anything.
Still sweating from the sour candy as well. When I was a kid, my contraband was violent horror movies and such.
Oh, no.
And I remember one time my dad
Wow.
drove me to a sleepover and I wanted to bring some horror movies that I had squirreled away in my room.
This is great. Your mum's cleaning your room and she like looks under your bed and instead of like porno mags, it's just Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, in fact, that did eventually happen. And I got given a stern thought to it too.
All right, ordinary things. Let me tell you all about the birds and bees.
Oh, gee,
Of murder.
Oh, shucks. I don't know nothing about all that business.
The birds and
Then you
bees of
take your
murder.
boyfriend's face and you put it on your
Oh
face,
my
and
god.
that's when you run into the room.
Possibly inspired by watching Midnight Express. I like got the DVDs and like taped them to my torso under my t-shirt, and I was just sat next to my dad on the drive back.
Did you get caught?
No, I didn't. But
Oh, isn't there a big square outline of your shirt?
I think I put a jumper on as well. If I recall, actually, I remember my dad saying, like, "Aren't you warm in that?" I think it was summer, and already sweating. What if he catches me?
Oh, wow.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
So did you watch the movie?
It's a weird thing to
I
hide.
don't think people were too impressed.
Yeah, they probably weren't into
"Do you
that.
wanna watch this? Some guy gets his head cut off. No, man. Like, just want to talk about girls and stuff.
We're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping I could ruin all your nights.
People get a fake foot, they lose it in a...
Bar brawl of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. So they give you a fake foot. So what would you do if you could have like any
Uncle Lacy
fake
has
foot
one leg.
become a weapon? What would the weapon
And
be?
he got in a car accident one
Like a
time.
normal foot, but
And the
then,
cop
like,
came and was like, "Are you alright?" And he was like, "Oh, my leg, my leg, my leg."
spike.
But he didn't
Like,
get,
twist it off.
he didn't lose his leg in the car accident. He had already had it lost. He was just being a jackass to the guy.
Okay, so this isn't really a weapon. This is
Said
a
he scared the
multi-tool.
mess out
Yeah,
of
I
him.
think so.
You want like a Swiss Army foot.
Yeah,
Oh.
a multi-tool.
Yeah, no,
multi-foot.
that's
It would be quite
weird.
good. You're caught in the
No
woods,
Swiss
whatever, and
Army
you
foot.
just got a whole bunch of tools. And
See that one guy that's got the blades for feet,
Start a fight.
and he's like so super fast with his little blades.
for sure.
When
They're
in
like
the
little
woods, isn't it?
backwards
But see,
blades.
I'm next to you right now. I've got my multi-tool, and I've just
They look like little
did my
skis.
axe attachment on, and I'm just like
Like-
kicking wood.
like your
I'm
feet
kicking
turn to
trees down.
skis.
Yeah, I'll shoot you, and then I'll take your multi-tool.
You won't have the twisty bit.
Yeah, you've got it like a key.
Exactly.
It'll click out of one.
The one of them is like a wheel powered by an engine that if I just bounce on that one wheel, I can like go around like Rosie and the Jetsons.
Oh shit, that would be good. Like those wheelie shoes, but it's diesel.
As a, someone who's completely normal and well adjusted, I have thought about if you were to kill someone, like what would be the best way to get away with it.
Yeah.
People could have these elaborate plans of kill them and all like burn the body in the bath. Nah. The best way is just to find them on the street, let off 2 rounds, and just walk away, hood up.
Yeah.
No fuss, no muss.
I think you're right. Let's plan a murder.
Brilliant.
Because I don't understand.
Yeah,
how
he
it's
is
done
right.
in the modern day, and someone gets away with it.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm trying to kill you, right?
The murders that don't get solved are the ones with the least
Your
connections.
address. I'd
Like,
have to go
if it's just
to-
entirely random and
So
there's
now,
no connection,
there's records
you're not even
of
from
me
that
searching
state.
Your address. There's records.
I know
of
this
me
one
being
guy,
in
he's
the
an older
country,
man,
but
he
I
got
have to
drunk
get
one
to
night
your
and he told me
place.
he
I
went down to
rent a car, I
Florida
take
and
it
he shot
over,
into a
and then
crowd
all along
and they
that
never
route
caught him.
Are cameras that are tracking.
He doesn't
the
know if
license
he
plate
killed
of the car
anyone.
I'm in. And I've got a phone on me, and that's being constantly picked up on every cell tower.
Yeah, the first thing you want to do is leave your phone at home. If you're Ubering to your murder...
That was probably back in the 70s.
Let's say I Uber within 5 kilometers of your place,
Okay.
and then I just start walking to your place. The whole route is going to have cameras along it. I get to your place, and what do? I like knock on the door, and then you answer it, and then I have to go like bang. Everybody sees.
Look at this dude.
No, okay. That means I need to break into your place. What do you do from there? This is becoming so difficult.
I say you got to smash the window and make it look like a robbery gone wrong.
Bang. On the way out, I steal the DVDs real quick and just put them in my shirt. Then I guess you just sort of take off running. It'll still be a robbery gone wrong. And so they'll still start tracking these cameras.
Yeah.
They'll just start following the line.
We got him.
I think you're putting too much faith in the CCTV system. I think it is quite fallible. They're not everywhere.
Right. Anyway, point is,
Sometimes.
it's impossible. with
Because
Americans.
in America, we don't have the concept of CCTV.
I just think, if aliens are real, that just completely changes the way everyone sees the world. It'd be amazing.
Maybe. What do you reckon the alien weapon would be?
Well, the anal probe is the classic. When combined with the gay bomb, it stops being a
That
weapon.
is not a weapon. It's a medical analytical tool.
That's a good point.
Do you reckon they clean the probe between analyzing humans?
Depends what the aliens are doing with the probing. Are they just measuring butthole circumference for their file?
What could be done there that wouldn't just be easily done with some sort of alien pill or an X-ray? I reckon they pull out that probe, go, this is fucking disgusting, and then they just shoot everyone up the airlock. They go, another one.
They're all gross.
This is gross every time.
I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. This is horrible.
You would think there'd be just
That's
as much
horrible.
mouth probing as there would be.
Hopefully not with the same probe. If you were going into a medieval battle, what's your choice? They're all on a wall. Which do you pick? Which way, Western man?
Funny story.
Useless in battle.
I was a kid, I graduated from a Christian school.
Right.
And me and the other kid I was graduating from,
It's easy to
it
use.
was
I don't particularly want any of these, to be honest.
the night before Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
I'm actually not here for the battle.
And we seen his cousin going down the highway, and his cousin called us. His cousin was speeding, saying he was chasing after some guy that sells laptops. So we turned around and started rushing.
Let's say you
And then
would
they
be one.
turned back around and they called us, said, "Hey, the cops is behind y'all, pull off." So
Who do you reckon
we
wins?
pulled off
I reckon me.
behind the CVS like 85 miles an hour.
Get you to stick
Like
the spear
6 cop cars surrounded us. They all pulled out their guns. I was
I don't think
scared to
you've
death.
lost
I'm like, man, it's just gonna take
Yeah, I think
one of these
poking at you,
people
poking at you,
being
and
scared,
you
and
shield
we're
up,
gonna
and then
get
I managed to get
shot,
a little
'cause they weren't even
bit
cops, it was
of
public
one,
safety.
and I press in.
And my friend had throwing stars. We were throwing stars at a building. We were like 14 years old. No, we were like 16 years old.
Brilliant.
We can put some money on it.
All right.
Maybe 17, 18, something like that, or something between 16 and 18. And
I like the
he was throwing the throwing stars, put it on his arm, and then we had some like novelty swords that he had that we put in the back seat. And the cops asked us if we were going
the spear guy
to a fight.
At this moment.
If you're going to use these swords and fight, I'm like, yeah, we're going to go get in a medieval battle.
Spear distance.
Yes.
This game
Just being sarcastic. That's a stupid question. You get a
He
stupid
is not
answer.
to be spooked by the spear.
Yeah, don't fear the spear.
Charge in like a motherfucker.
But my friend, he got my fine was $440. I remember like yesterday,
You pointed that out. Yeah.
and I had $400 on me for Black Friday. I borrowed 40 from Sean because he had a $1,000 fine for having a concealed weapon for the ninja stars. So don't have ninja stars under your
You know what the problem is
arm,
with this weapon?
under your
It's got
shirt
so
and
many
get pulled
points,
over.
And they're like, if you hit someone,
They charge them $1,000,
in
public
the
safety
heat of
did.
battle, is liable to get stuck, and then you're in.
So
the
he gave me
situation
$40
where
to
you're
get
trying
out,
pull
and
it
I
out
went
of
and called his
someone's
mom.
hand, and then someone put something in
They
your
denied it.
That'd be a
His
problem
house.
to clean too. Like this thing would not.
And then I
go
called
in
my
the
mom
dishwasher very
the next
well.
morning.
What's the like really weak version of this? Like you could have this ball, but instead
Mace.
of spikes, you've got those like fingernail
Bugles.
Cheetos.
That'd
That'd
be
pretty
cool.
good.
I'm trying to think of like a
Yeah.
Nerf version of the Morning Star.
I like the idea of this. If it was much, much smaller, like the head was half the size of a golf ball, and had these tiny little prongs, it would be exceptional for serving olives.
Yeah, that's true. I like that.
Right? You could take one of these, and then you just put like a dog tube on it, and then you just chase people around the battlefield because no one wants to get the dog shit on them, you know?
That's true.
You'll be feared on the battlefield.
It's like when you go to prison. Obviously, I'm not strong. I don't have the option of like going up to the biggest guy in there and punching them. That wouldn't go well.
No.
Your only other option is to just act like the craziest fucker possible. I have shit on a stick, utterly unpredictable, terrifying human being.
You spill, you know.
I don't know if that would work.
Why is it
Some of those people are kind of crazy.
You spill your apple juice
Right.
over the front of your shirt. Can you just pop back to your cell and throw on another shirt?
Surely.
Or you're like, oh, that's my only one, and then you have to walk around as the guy with apple juice down the front of your shirt.
They must have a wardrobe. They must have a place where they put their pants and socks and toothbrush shivs and all sorts. That's a weapon. The toothbrush shiv.
Prison shivs.
Is that like a little Derringer pistol? Sergeant Hal Birchfield.
Oh, everyone had those mustaches back in the... When are they coming back?
I can't really grow a mustache very well, so I'd be a bit upset if that happened.
Really?
I have a mustache, but it's a bit of a Howard Hughes sort of like pencil mustache.
Hold on. Let me have a look at this. Oh, yeah.
See what I mean? I've got what I like to call the anti-Hitler. I can't grow it in the middle.
I don't know if this is racist.
Okay, continue.
Have you ever noticed how people from Eastern Europe tend to have that sort of facial hair? The same sort of facial hair that you do?
To be honest, I can't say I have noticed that, but I'm willing to go ahead with it.
Serbian man.
All these men have thick mustaches, so I'm not sure your theory
Slavic
holds.
man. Yeah, no, it's all falling apart real quick.
I'm amazed that you've typed in Slavic man and none of them are squatting.
You know what? This theory sucks. These people will have regular moustaches. I don't know why you proposed it, to be honest. It's kind of racial and it's not true. While we're on racist things, I've got one more.
Go on. Yeah, please, continue.
Have you ever noticed
It's
that
just a little
Asian
fire
people,
going on in the background.
when they park their car, always park their car backwards into the car space?
Yeah, like they go on a robbery.
I'd say
If you go to a gas station, you see someone pull in backwards and they're not Asian.
Let
Here's my
alone
experience, right?
The store's about to get robbed, don't go in it.
Asian suburb. Right, I love it. I love going down there, shopping there all the time. Where you normally see people parking, they just, drive forward, straight in. But for some reason,
Nobody's gonna
every
rob a
time
place without
the
turning
other
around the car.
residents Here, park. They reverse
If they park.
in. And I'm thinking, like, is it something they are culturally taught that has some sort of advantage? Okay, in an emergency, you can drive out faster. Is that what it's about? Is it like, oh, I want to show off my car? Yeah, look at the front, much nicer.
That's interesting. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is representative of a culture that forward plans.
Ordinary things, bigot confirmed. You're done with your racist tirade, ordinary things. I'd like to move back onto the topic at hand.
I do have an Asian.
Just because you have an
weapons
Asian
story.
friend does not make you not racist.
Have you ever been to Cambodia?
No, I haven't.
When I was there back in the day, I got in their taxi and the guy was like, "Oh, you're new here?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously." And then he said, "Do you want to go to the firing range?" And I was like, "Yes." You can use a machine gun. You can use and handguns. I was like, that's sick. And then he went up a level and was just like, if you've got $200 American, you can even fire a rocket launcher at a cow.
No way. You see, yes.
What?
I will admit that the option did intrigue
I wouldn't
me,
fire it at a
but
cow.
I was pretty broke back then, so and also it would have been a bit gross, and maybe I would have felt a bit ashamed of myself. Don't get me wrong, I went. I didn't use the rocket launcher, but I did hock a grenade, which was fun.
Cow killer confirmed. Oh, you threw a grenade? What was that like?
Yeah, it was great.
Was it spooky?
I was scared. The guy, he could tell.
Oh god, this nervous Englishman is gonna drop it into his shoe or something.
But I also saw the pen where they had all the sheep and cows.
Oh no, their little nervous faces. I'd be nervous that like the pin wouldn't want to come out that easily, and so I'd hold it in one hand and then pull the pin, but then I'd also pull the grenade out of my hand at the same time.
Yeah.
If you were to just play football with a grenade, would it ever explode as long as the pin didn't come out?
I think not, because the whole point, if I recall, the pin is creating a chemical reaction with something like a piece of metal that something's connected.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a better question. You pulled out the pin, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you would be capable of pulling that out with your teeth?
No.
Really?
It wasn't quite like a key of a car, but it was like there was a bit more of a mechanism to it. Yeah.
Interesting. Because I've seen that with, like, you know, there's Tom Cruise at the end of that movie that's on the screen right now. And he's got like a mouthful of grenade pins at the end. And I've defeated the big bad. And I was always wondering, like, oh, I bet that's not that easy to do.
They are amazing.
I didn't realize you had the expertise.
If I'm completely honest, I didn't really feel like much of expertise. I could only afford one.
It's funny, everything he's ex-army. So he's probably like laughing at us right now. Because I'm sure he's got all sorts of experience with like grenades and tanks and shit.
Tanks. I'd like to drive a tank.
I'd like to
That
be in
would-
a tank.
Wherever.
Did you ever see that guy from
Can't drive one over
Georgia?
Would you go back to Cambodia?
Right underneath South Carolina?
If only for
He acted like he was Russian because his friend had access to tanks, and he'd drive around tanks, fire rocket launchers, and act like he was Russian, and everyone believed he was
My
Russian.
core memory of the
He had a
3 weeks
huge
I spent there
YouTube
was
channel.
just, like, getting up every morning
Then his
and, like,
friend who had the license got
delicious.
freaking
Yum, yum.
sniped.
Tell you, there's no breakfast
Dude got
food
sniped.
that I like, but in like Asian
So he
countries,
quit
like,
making them
what's for
videos.
breakfast? Well,
Some
like,
people
duck
thought he
and
did, but then
chili
they were like,
on
why would he do
rice
that?
with
Because
some
that just
green
ends
beans.
his
Yeah, perfect.
all of
You're
his
setting
stuff.
yourself up for the morning. You should be loading up. The biggest meal of the day should be in the morning. That's when I start my morning. I have sausage, eggs, bacon, the whole 9 yards. So I just get up and cram my little gullet with food.
I also wonder whether
That's
it's like
weird.
the cuisine that is in European and Western societies required so much preparation that there were only certain things that you could get done by breakfast time.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think in other countries, it's someone's job to get up really early and cook for everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're trying to say. It's that you didn't drive a tank in Cambodia because they park them all backwards.
Excalibur, sword in the stone.
What's the one that's found in a lake with a
That
lady?
is also Excalibur. I think one of the stories is that when King Arthur dies, he just like tosses it in a lake.
Ah, no man can pull the sword from this stone.
Mm.
These strong men come along and they're pulling at it and smudging up the handle. Up comes Arthur. Oh, please.
Oh, go on then, sir. Can I ever go on the swording the jig?
Oh, we'll all be laughing at you, kid, but go on. I guess he lubes it up and then he just pulls it
Yeah,
out.
easy for him. That's the idea, isn't it? That means he gets to be king, which is an interesting system of governance. I reckon we should go back to whoever's the strongest gets to be the leader.
I like that idea. Once in a while, I do see someone who's kind of weak and pathetic, and I think, why do you get to be in charge?
I think it should be whoever's the strongest or who's ever slept with the most women.
Hey, now you're thinking. But how would you prove that you would sleep with the most number of women?
Oh, then the degenerates
And
would
it's
just
like
run
the idea
everything.
that a guy would show up and just be like, yeah, I'm running for president.
They called this
Here is
Chinese
50
millionaire.
women you
He
can
had like
call.
100 freaking women.
Kids that look like
I think
me.
all of them,
Like
a lot of them were staying in the same place. And he had his wife on the side.
Yeah.
What, are you running for presidency? Instead of having a sex scandal, he would be like, yeah, it turns out he wasn't having that many affairs.
Oh no, he was loyal to his wife. What's going on?
Get him out.
How hard is it to put a sword in stone?
That's a really good point.
That would be much more difficult than pulling it out of the stone. So the guy who put it in there, that should be the guy who's the king. Okay, what else we got for mystical weapons?
That would be Merlin.
Poseidon's trident, good one, yeah. So he can command the sea with that, can't he? He can like make the waves move, make the fish fuck each other, something like that.
If your trident controls the ocean, what's the point of like the pointy bit? Like he's not using the trident as well as a weapon, right? Wait, what's the point of a trident?
That's a good point. Yeah, actually, What has a trident got to do with a sea?
What is a trident? Is it used for catching fish?
I don't know.
I never thought about this. The three-pronged spear is used for spearfishing.
No way.
Okay.
I guess it does make sense. If you're like going at a school of fish, you want as many prongs as you
Yeah,
can
but I don't
get.
think it's as useful in the water.
Five-pronged spear, right? Because
You can't move nowhere near as fast as you can
Explain 5
in the
better.
air.
No.
Okay, hold on. It goes down like that.
Yeah, I'm with you so far.
Now, if you've got a spear that goes like this, then, oh shit, I missed it. Or the fish was over here, and so I missed it. So what they're doing is they're making 2 more prongs.
Nice.
But that's only 2D. What you really want is 5, because...
Yeah, I mean, that is superior. I think, in contrast to this extremely bloodthirsty and violent episode, we should walk through a meadow, holding hands,
All right.
into the sunset.
Yeah, we'll do that for about 3 seconds until
Yeah.
the editor gets bored. Yeah.
All right, outro.
Right, first thing I'm going to do is fill in that mustache gap.
No, stop
I've
it.
got a permanent
Stop
mark
doing
in
that.
one hand, and I'm holding your head down with the other.
Oh yeah, well I'm hacking the mainframe, and I'm gonna turn your webcam on.
No, don't.
Everyone, he's a furry. He's wearing his fursuit now.
How about this, right? I'm going to be an unsuspecting victim, and you are going to be an assassin.
Brill. Okay.
And if you manage to kill me, then the episode ends. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling.
Okay. Well, I'm coming up behind you with a plastic bag, manhunt style.
You can't just walk into my house. I keep the door locked.
That's why I kicked it in with my muscles.
I heard that. Now I've run up to my cat. I'm on the phone with the police.
Don't worry, the police are in my pocket.
Bribed the entire police.
It was easy. Now I'm gonna put some C4 around the corners of your panic room, and I'm gonna blow this bitch up. Button press.
I now open the door with my scythe, and I begin to sweep at your leg.
Ah!
Swish, swish. Now the hunter has become the hunted.
Get away! I'll swat your hand away and pull out a funky-looking knife.
Oh no, it's got dog do on the end of it.
Get away!
Alright.
Get in your panic room.
I'm now running up the stairs and doing a very difficult action for the editor to keep up with.
Don't worry, I'm going to you by flinging a shuriken into the back of your head.
Yeah, I like the idea that I'm running away, right? And mid-sentence.
We've got to end this episode, and I'm going to end it by ending you.
Okay.
I break down your door, and I start throwing some shurikens at you.
Ah, too late. I have picked up a wooden table and
Well, that's okay, because that was just my distraction for my real plan, which is to feed you this delicious poisoned apple. You cannot resist its juicy goodness.
I already had breakfast.
Oh, what did you eat?
It was some duck, some chili, and some green beans from Cambodia.
God, that sounds
Duck.
absolutely delicious. I've really lost the
I don't
appetite for
know.
murder. Would
That
you
don't
instead like
sound
to
good.
hold hands and have a delicious Cambodian breakfast?
That sounds lovely. Maybe we could kill a cow as well, like you did in
That
Cambodia.
is not canon.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't a cow, was it a child? A small Cambodian refugee. They had survived a much worse country and finally made it to Cambodia. The place where they could finally prosper, but then they ended up in a hole, receiving the bad end of a grenade from ordinary things.
This is rubbish. Let's try something else.
Yeah, everyone, go to your computer right now. Type in tickets to Syria.
Connor.
What happens if I destroy my passport? How do I renounce my citizenship?
How to buy ammo on deep/dark web.
How to smuggle cash on plane?
Do X-rays detect LSD? They don't. Save you a Google.
You don't want to have that sort of Google history.
What's like a shitty version of Pablo Escobar?
No outro this time. Video is over. Was there some weird recommended videos there? Which
There are.
one do you want to watch?
We should watch one of mine.
Is Spider-Man actually illegal? Giving monkeys
Yeah, me too.
DMT?
Is one of my videos in the recommended? No? Oh, that's fine.
Putting
Doesn't
summoning
matter.
I
real
haven't watched your videos in ages.
Shishibaka?
No. Is it just me? Or do you also have like tremendous contempt for the audience?
Hate them. Can't-
Like I hate the fans.
They're the worst. I want to turn a weapon on them and then onto myself.
I just want to tell them, fuck off.
Oh no, the video's still going!
Someone just turned the light off in the lounge. Quick, cause a distraction.
Quickly!
Uh-oh, now the Spanish version of this same video has started playing. Wait, quick, what's the Spanish word for weapons?
Armas. Armas! Kesca armas! Now I'm doing
on my
I'm
bed.
doing the Spanish intro, baby.
Okay, maybe something like, welcome
to this Spanish version. It is exactly the same content. Instead, it is a lot sexier. Ah, a beautiful weather woman has entered the room, and we shall make sweet music together.
Bing, 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 bing. And then it's like clicking on the maracas. Fuck, this is gonna be a 10-minute outro.
And then I drown myself in the toilet,
Yes.
Hitman style.
Alright, bye.
That took a dark turn. Okay. Well. Oh, those must have not been the real. Or those the real suggestions?
Doing a videos,
I wonder.
but then they ended up in a.
They don't. Save you a Google then.
Oh, I haven't watched your videos in ages. No.
No, these aren't real suggestions. I should have known. Should have known.
Oh.
Alright, guys. Well, thank you for watching Weapons with me. It's nice sitting here and get to watch this. I'd like to get on Twitch or something soon so I can start typing with some people and, you know, get that whole thing going on. But yeah, so that's the end for now, and we'll do another one tomorrow. Have a great day.